The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles, and broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Good morning. Happy Thursday, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign here in the SWBC studio, the only place to be. All right, we got Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison, Jess Barnes, Nicole Hutchison, and ladies, what's popping? Happy Thursday. It's almost game day. Less than 24 hours.
Nicole, you forgot something.
What's poppin'?
It's the morning. People need to...
Wake up!
Not
there.
how do you have like the same? I will say this kind of. It's the same.
She does it so much
It's the same
with me,
pitch.
you know?
Like
Yeah.
it's actually talented.
You got to keep it consistent.
That's actually
Skill set.
that's talented
That's why I changed
to hear the note and be able to hit that.
If it works, why change?
Exactly. Why not? All right.
Y'all are sick.
Talking about what works. Yeah, I was trying there. It didn't work. All right,
I
ladies.
was
it's
like,
fine.
where's she going?
Yeah,
You know what? I was like,
it's all good. I tried it. All right, ladies. Practice was yesterday. A couple of days of practice, obviously, open to the fans. A lot of energy at practice, and I just want to get y'all's thoughts, takeaways from on yesterday, Wednesday. Wow, days are crazy.
They're all meshing together.
All meshing together, but just takeaways from practice, thoughts, and what's getting you guys excited, because I know we have something special on the show today, but I want to just get thoughts first. And Jess, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so it was... Keep in mind, I haven't seen the guys practice. I wasn't in Oxnard, so fresh eyes going in there from the last time I saw them, there were some massive changes that I noticed right away. So growth aspects of, I saw Jalen Brooks make that extremely beautiful catch in the end zone. But during drills, it was very apparent. I saw Kevontae Turpin really amping up the speed. He looked good. He looked healthy. But overall, I think, Nicole, my biggest takeaway from yesterday was I didn't realize, because it's very different seeing it on a screen, how much Joe Milton will launch that ball at any point in the field. And so what I started comparing was how Dak Prescott has a little give when he's in the red zone to kind of, I guess, put less intensity and velocity behind the ball, as compared to Joe Milton. The area of worry for me now is how much he will launch that ball in the red zone when you don't need it. So it makes it a very uncatchable ball for the receivers. So that was one of the main things I took away. I had some conversations with guys about the playbook, about how they felt about the run game, which we'll sprinkle in later. But overall, it was really good energy and just a different pace from the guys talking to them about the new coaching staff, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. I got some really good feedback about how Flus is coaching and how better it just makes players feel and perform. So really good feedback, but ultimately my biggest thing going in there was wanting to see how Joe Milton was kind of operating, and that was my biggest area of concern too.
Jess, Brianna.
So
It could be from Tuesday too.
yeah, I was gonna say
yeah,
Tuesday I was
hour.
there. I got to see. I mean, the biggest thing for me was Jaden Blue's back, so I'm excited. I'm expecting to see him Friday night. I think that's gonna be huge, because I think there's so many question marks with the running backs. I said it on when I was doing something with CBS. I was like, I have more questions about the running back room now than I did when we went into training camp, because I thought it was kind of a done deal. But there's been some guys stepping up, and we just haven't seen what Jaden Blue can do. So very excited about that. Didn't go to practice yesterday, but I listened to what the players were talking about after, and Joe Milton's little spicy remark I liked. He said he heard y'all. He's been hearing it. Okay, he understands he throws the ball hard, but if you cannot catch that ball, you don't deserve to be in the NFL. I said, tell him, Joe. And I just liked. I think he needs that. I'm glad he didn't lose that. Obviously completing half of your pass attempts in your second game, giving yourself a D+. After both performances, and you see what people are talking about you. So I think it's huge for him to just say that after practice. I was like, okay, maybe he'll go out here and do a little something on Friday. Because you got to be a little hyped up about that, because he had to clear the air on that one. And then the third one, it's something that Mr. Vach Lombardi brought to my attention. So shout out to him. He says he watches us, by the way, ladies. So he said he likes to support. So if
big
he's
fan.
listening, we were sitting there and I was writing something because I was going live for my show. And he was like, first thing I see is that Schottenheimer's very physical and he's serious about being physical because these guys are normally in a walkthrough the first day when they're doing, the first practice back. And I was like, for someone who's just going their second year, that's not something I wouldn't know, right? Because I remember last year, I didn't think it was a huge deal, but I think it is a huge deal because when you're talking about, we're not seeing Dak, we're not seeing CD, we're not seeing the people we're going to see come regular season. Well, Shotty's making sure they're getting their reps with the pads in, and it sounds like the second day was as physical as the first day. Fans are, hyped up. It's the good way to end training camp practice. So those were my overall thoughts.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like last night there was a difference between from what I understand, there was a difference between the tempo and just the pace, like Jess mentioned, from the offense. I think one of the things that stood out to me between the two practices is this aerial attack and what it's going to be. I think the competition at the bottom, not that at the bottom, but the competition within the wide receiver room, Ryan Flanoy, Treshawn Holden, Jalen Brooks, those guys really, really battling. And with the injury to Mingo, it does kind of change the conversation of how many guys they're going to not only keep, but, maybe that opens up room for someone that maybe we don't expect to stay. So I'm interested in seeing how they're continuing to connect. I think that within what they want to do with running the ball, the aerial attack is going to be very intricate to them getting off to the start that, Breeze talked about them getting off to a good start against Philly. So for me, it's the aerial attack and the linebackers. I am ecstatic about this linebacker core and some of the versatility, seeing the uptick from Maris Leofau, maybe trying to see what they have in Shamar James, and then we've gotten to see Jack Sanborn, how he commands the second level. So some cool things, but more than anything, it's the pace, it's the tempo, and it's also too that this aerial attack seems like it's going to be a little filthy. It's gonna be, it's going to be a little versatile and a little fun. So
Somebody's looking to be filthy is Jaden Blue. I do want to make sure we do touch on him because he has missed 2 preseason games due to injury and with the last week of practice as well in Oxnard. So just talk about him, what he needs to show on Friday, because you do have guys like Phil Maffa who has played very well. Javonte Williams has not played, of course, but he's expected to be your starting running back for the Cowboys this year. And you've seen some flashes of Deuce. You've seen, a little bit of Miles Sanders. But just talk about, Jaden Blue and what he's got to show. And Aisha, I'll start with you.
Well, he's a draft pick. I don't know how much he has to. I don't know how much he has to show. I know that I selfishly want to see more from. Want to see a little bit more from him. Just some of that explosiveness. I think the offensive line, specifically the backup offensive line, I think that these guys have worked pretty well in the run game as the game has progressed and opened up some lanes for these guys to get to the second level. I think it's important too that he was doing really well for a while. Guys, he had that momentum building, that he just gets his footing back, and then also too the conditioning is important. The pass protection is important. All of that stuff. So he needs these reps. I think he needs to get a feel for, game speed. Nothing can replicate it, but this is the time that's important for him as a rookie. I don't feel like, baby, just that is still a competition.
Yep.
And you don't want to be the odd man out. So I think it's still an open competition. And like Nicole said, we do not know who's going to be what, when, and where besides Javonte Williams. And I'm still just like, I want it.
They really with it.
Why you say that?
To be honest, it kind of just starts with the offensive production before you can even start to assess Jaden Blue, because he needs the reps. And what the offense wasn't producing in their previous preseason game was live reps for the running backs to be able to get a groove and a feel for what a real run game would be in live game action. So I think for him specifically, if that were to happen again and the lack of production, you just make the most of what you can. And that sounds so dumb and so simple, but I was talking to Cooper Beebe yesterday after practice, and I asked him specifically about the run game and asking him, there's a lot of discourse and worry about the run game right now. And he kind of laughed and he was like, you have to remember that what you're seeing in preseason is nothing like what you're going to see in the regular season. And he kind of explained to me that last year's playbook was so busy and there was so many similar verbiages used within each play that it was kind of confusing, which is why, you saw guys missing their blocks and not really doing their assignment because there was so much going on. And he said that this year, something that was really emphasized was, yes, there's similar verbiage, but there's less going on within each play, which will better the running backs and better the run game overall. So I thought that was really good insight from him because I was like, man, what do you mean? Like, how do you get to assess a running back in preseason if you're not like trying to shoot some stuff here? And he was like, well, you still get to. And he basically explained how this running back room, because I straight up asked him, who is your starting two if you had to pick one? And he said, I'm going to be honest, it switches day to day because all of them have such different skill sets. And he said, but no matter what, better believe I'm be blocking for them. So that was fun to talk to him about. But to go back to your question, Nicole, about what Jaden Blue needs to do, he needs to run that dang ball. Period. Like, I don't care if he gets 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps. I want him to show what makes him a different running back than what you've seen. Give that Jaden Blue spark because really at this point, he is behind the game. He hasn't had those reps. He hasn't had those opportunities. And that's not to his fault. That's an injury. That's what happens. But he has a lot of making up to do. So he has to be shiny. He has to be flashy in this game.
I agree and disagree in a weird way because I feel like what I saw in Oxnard, they have a lot of faith in what Jaden Blue can do before he went down.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he has to go out there and do anything magnificent, weirdly enough, Friday. I don't think it's going to make or break how they're feeling. Now, if he goes out there and does weird things and fumbles a bunch of times and just not getting stiffed, I think that's a different conversation. But I think if he goes out there and does a serviceable job, I don't think this man has anything to worry about. I think he's one of the many running backs in this group who offer something a little bit different. I don't know how you feel, Aisha. I know we kind of look like, why are we so 100% on Javonte Williams? We haven't really seen what Javonte Williams can do. From my personal standpoint, someone who covered him his rookie season, besides being unproven with this team, it's just like, okay, how different is he from what is already in this group? That's how I'm looking at it. And when you get that fresh face like Jaden Blue in there, and I feel like he's kind of being held at a higher level, if you will, of what he can do for a 5th round pick, in my opinion.
That's very fair.
So that's what's shocking to me. So I don't think he has to go out there and do something wild. I just think he has to look better than Deuce. I just think he has to look adequate to what we've seen from Phil Maffa, because I think Phil Maffa has had a great preseason. And I think Jaden Blue, if anyone's bringing the pressure on Deuce Vaughn's job, if I'm looking at the group.
That's fair.
That is fair.
May I ask, how long do y'all think it's going to be? Jess, you mentioned the fact that they are kind of rotating guys in and out. They've been trying different matchups, different guys, all those stuff. How long do y'all think it takes for it to be, there's maybe they're going to run 3 guys, maybe there's 3 guys, but at the same time, we are very clear that Kevontae Turpin is going to get placed in the backfield.
Yeah.
I mean, I think another guy that comes to mind just with some of the mixing and matching they do is Hunter Lipke, where he may not get significant touches, but in the way that they're using him with motions and fakes and stuff like that, he is going to get some touches. And then you get to CeeDee Lamb, who might get some touches. Honey,
Yeah.
I wonder how long it does take for them to establish, I do want them to be a matchup-based running back room. Like, hey, if these guys, if you're going up against a team and you know their corners don't want to come up and tackle on the outside, run all over them. But if that's not the case, then, use the guy that is conducive to the matchup. But I do think there are going to be, these are the guys. These are the guys. And then we're going to sprinkle in some run stuff from CeeDee Lamb, Kevontae Turpin, and those guys. And then we're going to be able to do things there. So I'm asking y'all, how long y'all think it's going to take for that to be established? Or you think they're going to be fluid all year?
I mean, realistically, we don't know because we haven't really seen it yet. And that's part of having a first-year head coach, a new playbook. You won't know. To be honest, Aisha, that might even be a question that isn't answered until, next year because they still have to feel a lot of things out, especially You know, you even go back to the starters not getting any preseason action. That takes a few weeks to shake off some rust and, you know, kind of get the continuity going between the offense as a whole. So the offense as a whole is going to take a couple of weeks, if not that first week, to kind of get in the groove. But you know what you'd like to see? That running game be established week one. That's what you would like to see.
And the only reason why I wanted to see Javonte, I'm selfish. I'm sorry.
I'm screaming, and that's okay.
I'm selfish.
Be selfish.
I want to see more of him because selfishness, not because.
Yeah.
But I do understand why people are like, especially given what happened last year, is that you
traumatized.
don't want to get off to the slow start with the back and forth and stuff.
Yeah.
Whoever the best
Last year
human
was
out there,
traumatizing.
put the best human out there and let's go.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to take our first break, and up next, we are going to put y'all's best humans out there on your 53-man roster and build that up next here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
Welcome back into Girls Talk, Boys Talk. All right.
Real quick, the IndyCar Grand Prix of Arlington is coming March 13th through 15th, 2026. Gear up for a full weekend of world-class racing and entertainment through the streets of Arlington. Tickets are available now at SeatGeek.com. All right, Nicole. All you, girl.
Welcome back into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. Nicole Hutchison alongside Brianna Aldridge, Jess Navarez, and Aisha Morrison. And ladies, I just feel like that was so necessary.
Drum roll it.
That was a really good...
There we go.
It's time to build
Thank you.
your
Stronger the second time.
53-man roster because cutdown day is on Tuesday. And I just want to see your stuff and see which guys have impressed you all since training camp. The start, July 21st. All right, ladies, let's start with receiver. Let's go. Aisha.
Wait, what?
Anybody can chime in.
Receiver.
Make it a little,
You obviously have CeeDee. You obviously have George Pickens. You obviously have Kevontae Turpin, Jalen Tolbert. Now, after that, Jonathan Mingo's injury added a little wrench in what I thought would be the situation. So I think at that point, you're going to take a Ryan Flanoy. And I think if Jalen Brooks can show out tomorrow, potentially a Jalen Brooks. But I think he might end up being a practice squad kind of guy, unfortunately. So that's where I'm going.
So you're keeping 5 or 6 receivers?
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 5.
5?
5.
All right. Aisha, you look stressed.
Huh? I'm not stressed. I a little bit, but so you said CeeDee Lamb,
Pickens.
George Pickens,
Turp.
Mm-hmm.
Tolbert.
Cavante Turpin, Tolbert.
And then it would have been
Brooks.
Mingo.
Then it would.
But I went Flanoy.
It would have been McMingo.
Maybe Brooks.
Okay. I think it would be. I don't know. I'm very torn with. I think Ryan Flanoy has had definitely the best camp that we've seen him have. The route running is so much sharper. The hands look strong. The blocking is strong. He's one of the better blockers. He's very confident. You can tell the growth in his game. I think that he has, and then even so, he filled in for Brooks on special teams and did that too. And then when you talk about the loss of Mingo right now, you have another guy, Flanoy, who can high point the ball, who is very physical at the point of attack. Some of the things that you love about Jonathan Mingo, a lot of the things that Flanoy can do, and I think he's faster, obviously. So that's a weird thing for me with Flanoy. Oh my God! And then with Treshaun Holden, it's been making it difficult for me as well, 100%. Ladies, because you cannot deny the talent that is there with this player. So,
So you're keeping 5 or 6?
I'm keeping 6.
Okay. So you Pickens, CeeDee, of course. You said
Pickens,
Turpin.
Yeah.
Tolbert.
Flanoy.
Flanoy.
And then
Trayshawn.
You said Trayshawn?
Yeah. Potato tots.
Are you going Trayshawn or where are you going with that 6?
I'm struggling. I'm having a hard time. We'll come. Jesus.
No,
we'll come back to it.
No, I like it.
We'll come back to it.
That's a good
That is what I think, and I think that's what this preseason game, this last one, is
Yeah.
going to be huge for some of that conversation about that bottom part of the roster, because both of those guys have balled their tails
They've
off
earned it.
during the camp. Go ahead, girl.
I feel like, everybody you guys said who I had, I don't have them as 5. I still have them keeping with 6. I had Mingo over Flanoy, even though Flanoy's had a strong camp, but then obviously being out 4 to 6 weeks, I put Flanoy back in there. Jalen Brooks, I think, stays. I think they're utilizing him a lot in special teams. So even if he's not getting the reps at wide receiver, he's shown that he can be in there. I saw him taking reps at gunner. We know that's C.J. Goodwin's spot. We also know C.J. Goodwin is, the second eldest tenured player. Seasoned. He get
Don't get crazy with calling those 30-year-olds old.
I had to sit down with him, and I was like, "You're 35 years old." He's like, "All right." But I mean, it just feels like Jalen Brooks is being tried in that spot, and you got to kind of look towards the future, and that's an important role for this team. What have you? But yeah, I think 6 regardless. I don't think they stay with 5. I think they stay with 6.
Let me ask y'all something. Is Turpin or Tolbert your wide receiver 3? Because
With the way usage looks like, Turpin is just. I just think it's gonna be. I think the usage makes Turpin.
Agreed. I don't think it's solidified for Tolbert at 3 anymore.
No, and I think
he took the.
What do you think about they're not going to be, and that's kind of what some of the players said yesterday. Like, they're not going to be rotating as much as they've been doing it. Like, they've been doing a lot of interchanging and stuff with the 3. You know what I'm saying? But I do think this coaching staff has quickly shown us that they value Cavante Turpin as a
receiver.
He can slot inside, outside, slot, running back. Like, they want to do everything with him. So I do think that's going to, make his value on the field more important. Now, with the Brooks thing, I hear you, Bree, on the value of him as a with the special teams and someone being able to come in and fill that role for your ace, C.J. Goodwin, who's been here for a long time. I don't disagree that is an important role, but I also am just like, they're going to have to make some decisions in how they handle it because whereas I think that Brooks is fantastic there, Treshaun Holden is the upside from a
and I think
and I think it's
around practice squad for sure.
Yeah, and I understand that. So I wonder if they're going to do some finagling or how they're going to work it or whatever because it's going to be a tough decision how they do it, especially with Brooks being important here. Yeah. Let's see if Holden can show anything on special teams, which I'm not even.
I think that's what's the issue.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like, but do they see talent in him enough to where we see guys in the league that eventually do not even have to do that? Is that something they want to see if he'll work for. I don't know.
And to be fair, like when you see these guys go into special teams, like for the first time and they haven't really progressed in it, it takes about a good year for them to get a hang of it. And it seems almost like a good challenge for most of the players that I've at least talked to learn that position. It's a good challenge for them, and they understand it could be a make or break for their roster spot as well. So when you have that little carrot dangling above you, heck yeah, you're going to perform. So
And Brooks has been doing this.
Yeah.
When he got drafted, he was
been
one of the
having-
better.
yeah.
Did y'all see that catch
in
yesterday?
college football?
yeah.
The way he laid out for it, too, it was impressive.
And that's why I feel like he's had enough of those moments.
That's
It
fair.
doesn't matter who's throwing the ball. But I will say, to not knock Flanoy, and I know there's been a big jump, and I do feel like if a different quarterback was throwing some of these balls, I feel kind of bad for him. He's had more than one, too many catches.
sister.
I know Milton probably like, my bad, dog. But I'm saying Flanoy had a great, I remember him when I got here last year having this moment, having a great preseason, even going, I remember him even in come back at the start of the training camp, those last two practices, he had some big catches and things like that. So when you, to your point, if you keep a Trayshawn Holden because you see the potential, and Flanoy is doing what unfortunately happened last year, we started to fade a little bit once it started to matter more, then, but then it's also, you talked about it during training camp, it's like there's some receivers on this squad that might not make the waivers because other teams might,
Pick him up. Yeah.
So that's another thing.
I mean,
another risk.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. They got some decisions to make there. So that's the wide receiver room.
Let's go running back.
Pray Saints.
Let's go running back.
Hold on.
Pray
What y'all
Saints.
got?
List.
Running back.
I'm gonna go to the ever obvious Javonte Williams, obviously being RB1 in these streets. I do think that the streets of
What streets are these?
McFrisco.
Okay.
I feel like Miles Sanders, and you ladies can disagree or agree. I feel like Miles Sanders' camp started off really strong. Like I felt like I noticed him right away with mini camp, OTAs, those things. And then as camp kind of went on, there were times you would be like, oh, I see him. And then there'd be other times that, and even last week when you look at some of these preseason games, there's some weird things sometimes with his vision and things like that. And that's not something that Miles has had problems with. And I think I'm going to take a look back at even some more of his tape from last year and kind of see, like, what am I seeing? Because there's a up and downness a little bit. There's a little bit of hesitation there, and I want to understand more of that. So maybe Miles is one of those surprise guys that we expect to be there, but Jadon Blue is his skill set and what he's able to do, being explosive, having some wiggle and that stuff that they decide to do that. I think that you made a great point about Deuce Vaughn, Bree. And then obviously, too, it's contingent on whether they use Hunter Lipke, they list him as a running back or a tight end, because they can kind of finagle that as well, which they will do.
Yeah.
Nah.
So you keep it
Yeah, Javonte. It'll be Javonte, Jadon Blue, and I think Hunter Lipke, if he's a running of the backs. Now... But because I think Malik Davis is going to be on your practice squad again.
I think Malik Davis, that man was on his couch 2 weeks ago. He came in and did his thing. If you want somebody who can come in when somebody's hurt, I think he proved that he can do that. And with more reps, more time, what have you, I feel good about Malik Davis being there. I agree with everything you just said, but I have 4 with Lipke in there as a running back. I just think Phil Maffa put on enough to be here.
I
really
agree,
do.
but
I do think because I think Schottenheimer, his not last press conference, maybe the one before, he was like, I think there's going to be, I know you guys have your mocks and da-da-da. I think there's going to be some surprises. And I just feel like Phil Maffa is going to be one of those surprises.
that sticks.
I just really, Miles Sanders, I think I mean, the coaching staff, are they going to want 2 veterans in the room who kind of do similar things, or they want to take a chance? I mean, it's what it comes down. Do you want to take a chance with the rookies? And I think I said it before. I think Jadon Blue is the rookie that they're secure on, and I think Phil Maffa, I'm interested to see how many reps he get. He didn't get a ton last game.
Yeah.
But that's for obvious reasons. They were feeding Miles Sanders, and I think they were feeding him like on purpose to see, okay, what can he do here? What can he do here? And maybe that's not 100% fair to be so much into, that performance. But unfortunately, just like we're talking about with Mingo, how we all bumped him out of our group. Same thing happens with Miles Sanders when you're injured most of camp and you let another guy shine and he actually shines. This is where we're at. So I go with 4 with Lipke in there, Williams.
I also think for
my bad, yeah.
like health sake,
You
it
said
is a
what
good
you just say
idea.
with Lipke, though. You said depending on what they do with Lipke.
Yeah,
So
because
you
he could. I
did
see what
say
you
that.
mean, though. He could be
Yeah,
Lipke.
I think for health's sake, you need a veteran on your practice squad too, and not no, that's no knock to Malik Davis at all. I mean, he's been there, he knows what it is. But I have 4, Bree. I think we have the same ones: Jaden Blue, Javonte Williams, Phil Maffa, Hunter Lipke. Is that your 4? Yeah, that's where I have 2.
All right. I'm gonna go because I don't think I said nothing about receiver, but I'm gonna go Javonte Williams, Jaden Blue, and you got to keep Phil Maffa.
At this point.
Yeah, you got to keep him. I think Miles Sanders, kind of going back to what Aisha had mentioned, I mean, he did have a great start, or Bree, I'm sorry. He had a good start to his camp. I think that injury hurt him, and that's what hurt him in Carolina as well. And just talking about the fact that, you know, the similarities between, you know, Javonte Williams and Phil, they do have, you know, some of those similarities to their game, but you do need a more veteran guy. You know, Miles has that same kind of play style as Jaden Blue. And when your vision is kind of hesitant, like we just talked about, and you're getting these opportunities, I think that kind of takes away from your stock on this team, so to speak. And so, yeah, I think, you know, Jaden Blue's kind of had a better camp. And healthy, the name of the game is staying healthy. And yeah, Jaden wasn't, you know, healthy, but he's also a draft pick. So, you know, Miles Sanders, they only signed him for a 1-year, $1.3 million contract. So I think that was just kind of like a test run to see what they do have in him. I think their eyes are set on Javonte Williams for sure.
That 1-year contract too is insurance. Like you have a solid backup if your starting running back somehow can't play.
Something
right?
they didn't have last year.
You need insurance at a running back position.
Let's go young and let's go get it. I mean, and the head coach said they want to be explosive, and I think the mixture of the gentlemen that y'all mentioned, Phil Maffa, my bad, Phil. Phil Maffa, Jadon Blue, and Javonte Williams with a mixture of Lipke, CeeDee Lamb have some touches, and Turpin. I think that is gonna be what gets the job done. And I'm so glad that y'all been talking about Phil Maffa. I was happy when the pads came on and we got to see a little bit more of him. It's still just thumping, but Doug, he is one of those guys that people are going to, as he matures and all those things, like people will get tired of dealing with him in a game because most of the time when he was getting tackled, even in the games, there are times where people are hitting him and he's still getting 5 yards afterwards. He just has a tenacity in the way he runs the ball. And he does have a little bit more speed, like breakaway speed, than I think I initially thought as well, because people know him as a thumper. Yep. But he also can put his foot in the ground and go a bit, you know. So and also too, I will say that through preseason, I think the pass protection from the young running backs has been pretty sound as well. Yeah. And I think that's a testament to the offensive line coach Connor Riley and also Clayton Adams working with these guys. That's going to be very important this upcoming year.
Yeah. And to Jess's point, real quick, about keeping a veteran on practice squad, maybe the coaches are looking at what we're looking at, but maybe they feel like Miles Sanders is not going to get picked up on the waivers as quickly as
Also
somebody
true.
else.
Yeah.
They they be thinking like that.
So
They be like, y'all care, we don't.
maybe they'll roll the dice.
Be 10 steps ahead.
They do. They know what you
Yeah.
know people's market is, and you see that in how they pay. You see them in those things like that. So like this Hunter Lipke. Let's not forget, Hunter Lipke was fighting for his freaking life. That third preseason game is what really separated him. And now we look at him as someone that is intricate to this offense at this point. So don't sleep on this last preseason game and what it can do when in the conversation of the competition within some of these rooms.
Yeah. All right, ladies, let's go next position. Let's go offensive line.
Boop, boop, boop.
Ooh, this one's fun.
Jesus.
Let me count. Hold on.
I know, me too.
Okay. So
Thanks, Chris, for that.
Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Terrence Still. This is where things get fun. I have Nate Thomas, Lyle Collins, TJ Bass, Brock Hoffman, and maybe a wild card if there's like an extra roster spot. I'm going to go Austin Richards. We were kind of looking at the versatility last night that Christy pointed out in the press box of Awesome working at tackle. So I think what I've seen from Awesome is a confidence boost that he has desperately needed to have, more strength. I got to catch up with him for a brief second yesterday, and he talked about just feeling good is not the word, but feeling confident. And so I'm gonna keep that little extra spot. That's why I was kind of down with the receivers because I wanted to make that spot for Awesome.
How many is
O-line.
that?
Yeah, how many?
I
many
have
humans?
1, 2,
had
3,
9
4,
last year.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9.
9? Okay.
Oh my God, those.
I mean, look, you can't have enough O-line.
Listen, I will say, ladies, this is. I can't believe I'm saying that. It's kind of weird. No, it's the backup offensive lineman. I really feel like the things that I've seen from Hakeem Adeniji and Sadiq Charles when he was playing, like you've seen some good things from your backups to me. The way they've gotten off the ball, working some of the double teams, the pass protection has been pretty clean. So for me, I mean, I think Nate Thomas, we already know what time it is with him, so we know he's going to be here. Yeah. Brock Hoffman, I think, is important. TJ Bass, they're getting him some work at center and at guard. So, geez, muffins. Really what I think it falls on is Cornelius, who I think is a draft pick. I think he's shown some good things at the tackle position, especially with his athleticism, getting out in space. This is one of the tougher cuts to me because I do think that the offensive line has been the depth has showed up adequately in spots, especially when they're being paired with the ones, like when they're filling in and things like that. The drop off, right, ladies, like wasn't that low in camp from what I've seen. So I don't know.
Johnny Cornelius hasn't given up a pressure, by the way, in 2 preseason.
I mean,
games.
it's
a hard
now,
room.
I do think that Lael is maybe a guy that is as a practice squad guy, like you mentioned, just a veteran that they have on there. But these veteran guys that they brought in, I think, have filled in well. And then Hakeem Adeniji, he's filled in for. Do they decide if they want to keep him at their backup right tackle spot instead of Cornelius? Do they let Cornelius develop a little bit more so they want to keep Adeniji? I feel like he's filled in well for Terrence Steele, like as the backup.
Yeah,
it's hard. This is a tough. I'm not trying to stress y'all.
I don't really have. I'm not as
it's one of the
confident
harder
in this
positions to
one because I went back and forth for different reasons.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, okay, the depth. Like I feel like they're going to try to be more depth on who can be more secure on the tackle side than the guard side. That's what I'm looking at.
There's a lot of depth in the interior.
That's the. It's not necessarily who's outshining who. It's like, okay, well, what are you good at? What are you comfortable at? What have you shown? So I have Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, obviously, Tyler Booker, Terrence Steele, Nate Thomas, Brock Hoffman, Hakeem Adeniji, and TJ Bass. That's my 9 that I rolled with. Awesome Richards, I had originally. I don't know, just going with the depth. I know he could play both, but I just feel like where he can play is maybe where is not. I don't know. I feel like he's fading a little bit.
No, because of the
depth.
Well,
of
Nate.
what he
I think Nate. First of all, you went out. You got TJ Bass. You had Brock Hoffman. All those things. So your interior again has built up. Like you've built up depth in the interior, but that tackle spot,
it's hard.
Nate Thomas coming in and kind of being like, "Hey, brother, I know I was here last year, but I was just chilling. I was just playing. I'm here."
Yeah.
I think Nate Thomas coming in did change the conversation of Awesome Richards because don't get it twisted, he hasn't not played well. Like it hasn't been just these terrible outings from Awesome Richards. It's just kind of the cookie crumbles. Does anybody here? Do any of these veterans, y'all don't play with me, do any of these veterans, can you hold any of them for ransom if you need to? Because there are teams that need.
Unfortunately.
There's a couple guys that have starting reps, have started games, have played well, decently, serviceable is the word I use.
The name of the game is winning in the trenches, and everybody knows that. That has become the not-so-secret across the NFL, and having depth at the O-line and the defensive line is going to be key for anybody in the NFL. So I don't think so, to answer your question.
You don't think anyone has any...
I think this is a room you have to be
just
intentional with.
Everybody.
Keep them all. Keep them all.
Well, considering the injuries they didn't battle with the past 2 years, I mean, you gotta make sure you do have depth there.
100%.
We gotta take our second break real fast, and we'll be right back with more 53-man roster cut down, our version, Girls Talk, Boys Talk.
Yeah.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
The official 2025 Sideline Hat Collection is out now. A collection made for players, coaches, and for you. Make sure to stop by a pro shop near you or log on to shop.dallascowboys.com, a Fanatics experience, and score your favorite style.
All right,
Done.
Ladies, we only got a couple minutes, but I want to still keep this thing going because we can. All right, let's go with tight end. We started. Goodness, receiver, running back, offensive line. Now let's go tight end.
F3.
Yeah, that one's kind of
F3. Fergie. Schoon. Brevin.
Agreed. I think it's pretty short and sweet on that one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna overcomplicate it.
Look at you good.
That's just
Are you
what
good?
it is.
Nah, y'all,
just what it is. Anybody you wanna
y'all
say?
jump me.
All right, cool. We're not gonna jump you.
Y'all got to make jump.
No, we didn't.
All
right,
right,
Do not be dramatic.
okay, guys. She's okay.
She is fine.
She's insane. All right, defensive line. Let's go D-line.
She's fine, but she's crazy.
defensive line. Well, we at end or D tackle?
The end.
Oh,
Boom, boom,
bad.
boom,
I have
boom. Let's go.
2, 3, 4. I have 5. What does everybody else have?
You had 5 last year. I'm gonna go.
Osa.
Oh wait,
We're
No, DN. DN.
Oh, DN.
Sorry, my bad.
Sorry. Hold
You
on.
said
Gotta scroll up.
5?
Oh, I was talking.
I had
DT.
5 last year. That's what I said.
Oh, okay, tracking. So
Sorry.
So you got Micah Fowler, Nealon, Izaraku are locked to me on the edge.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
After that, he gets dicey.
Wait, hold on. Say your list again.
Ma'am?
Then say your list again.
Said Micah, Dante. Oh, we're doing defensive tackle?
Defensive end.
Oh.
DN.
Oh, girl.
I said Michael Parsons, Fowler, Nealon, and Izaraku feel like a lock.
Okay.
So same,
And then
but I'm
We got one
torn
more?
between Sam Williams and James Houston. I think those are the choice between the 5th, and I can't make that decision until after tomorrow.
that's kind of how
I think it's
they're
exactly
not-
how I'm feeling, but I
I don't think they're gonna let go of Sam.
They're not putting him.
Jay
on the
loves
squad.
him.
They're
some Sam
not, but
Williams.
James Houston is
Undeniably.
Can they make room? Because I have literally his name in a question mark.
That's what I was
Like, how does it work?
I don't think you can. Just the natural ability to rush the passer like that is not something that just people just be like, ooh, I'm capable of doing this. Because the sky's blue. Like, he's very talented, and I just feel like he could be such a disruptor and a guy that you can put out there on passing downs, and really, he can create his own stuff.
But we've been saying this from jump. That's the room that's stacked, and this is unfortunately when you got to.
Somebody gonna get cut. That's gonna get cut. That's gonna get.
We don't want to share this one though.
But you are in a. I will say it's difficult because you are gonna be in a phase with Sam Williams where he still has to get his legs under him. He still has to get, and I don't know. I know that they love Sam though.
What I'll say about
Sam, for Sam,
from what I saw yesterday, and Nicole, you were sitting there too watching. The temperament needs to be handled a little bit more. There needs to be more control with the temperament because that can be a little explosive sometimes, and I feel like that can be costly in terms of penalties, setting your team back, and all of those things. So for me, that's the one thing I would like to see more out of Sam. I think skills-wise, you know what you have with Sam. He's working back from that knee injury, but looking great. He has the speed. He has his tenacity, like you were saying. But ultimately, I think for me, when it comes to Sam, it's always been the maturity that has been the issue for him. But this coaching staff seems to love working with him in that. And so for me, I just want to see a little bit more control, because if you give Sam that roster spot and he is not controlling that temperament and getting you penalties and doing all that, then that's really going to PMO throughout the season.
I like him crazy.
I like crazy, but you need to control it. You need to be smart about it.
Yeah.
You can be crazy, but you need to be smart and not set your team back.
All right, defensive tackle.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. I have 5. 1, 2, 3. I have 5.
5?
Yeah, I have 5. I have Osa, Solomon, Jay, Mozzie, Perion.
Yeah, Osa, Solomon, Perion Winfrey, Jay Tuia, and Mozzie. But even at that, that don't tick me off. It's gonna make me mad because I'm gonna get upset. You didn't have Tuia in yours.
Who'd you have?
I guess I might have fell asleep on this one. I just put Osa, Solomon, Mozzie, Perion Winfrey is what I had. And then
So you had 4. They had 4 last year.
Yeah.
Huh?
Aisha hates it.
I remember what happened last.
Honestly, maybe with the lack of confidence that I at least have in them, they would give us one more.
What is the
insurance?
Well, yeah. I'm praying. Somebody do something.
Yeah.
What is the justification of the other part? What is the justification of? I mean, because we talking about.
I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. I just hate it. I don't know.
Or maybe
it's rough.
They go pick up somebody in free agency, but who they gonna get?
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I
A
guess
couple of them is going right now
yeah.
for a couple of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, you need to do something. I'm sorry. And I understand that the scheme, don't get it twisted. I understand that there's a difference in the scheme. They're going to be asking the linebackers to come in and fill. It's whatever. They're going to be slanting stuff. No, I got it. But we need a big human that knows how to be a big human in the middle of the defense, even if the scheme is calling for them to get upfield and things like that. Like, you need stabilizers.
I know Osa finna be tired. I know that.
I'm tired of him being tired at the end of the year. Stop. I'm tired of him being tired at the end of the year because he doesn't have an adequate big human next to him. Now, I do think Solomon Thomas is going to take some weight off of him. Awesome.
Agreed.
But somebody do something.
All right, well, somebody do something. We got to go real fast because Chris said we got to be off by 150. I mean, not 150, 1050.
I'm like, we got hella time.
Oh, we got to go.
Cornerback.
Now we got hella time.
Go.
Who?
Cornerbacks.
Bland, Kyer, Kaylin, Izzy, Zion, Kimon.
Is that everybody? 1, 2,
That's who I have.
4, 5, 6. Y'all have 6?
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to switch.
6.
I'm going to switch Kimon with Childress.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Just do it. Let's do it.
I like it.
Let's do it. Yeah, I think your list is
agree.
good, but let's switch.
No, I agree. I
have children on mine as well.
I was kind of thinking like they would think,
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, I would too.
All right, well, ladies, it's been fun. We got to go.
Poor safeties.
Kickoff is... We'll get to that. Oh, well,
You guys are doing great.
Sorry.
Good job, safeties. Keep it up. And linebackers.
For that note, for Brianna Aldridge, Aisha
And special
Morrison,
teams.
Jess Tavares, I'm Nicole Hutchinson. We'll be back here next week.
Bye, guys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!